Tribal India is a culture, it's a heritage that's so much different than anything I've ever seen. It's unique and it's amazing. Tribal culture is a lot of one's own. They have their own language, they have their own type of food, they have their own, everything is their own, and it's such an amazing, amazing thing. To have such a wonderful, unique individuality that is so separate yet so intricate and integral to India. If I'm gonna work with these people, if I'm gonna help empower these kids with education, then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna live like them. And I think that's one of the basic parts of service. That if you live in the school hut where everyday education happens, and if you eat the rice with them, and if you live a life with them, then granted, you're not a part of them, but you're starting to become one. And I think when people actually notice that, when people notice that, this guy who used to live in the U.S. and whatever, or even generally, anybody who used to live away from where we used to live and is trying to help us by becoming one of us, it's noticed. I think the fundamentals of service work is not in helping others, it's in mutually sharing experiences and mutually sharing ideas. Every single village, to take me as an example, every single village that I go to, I learn something. And so I take away such a large education from tribal India. I feel like I've learned so much about myself, about India, and I think it's all stemmed from this idea of service. Well, before I came to India, I thought I knew what it meant to be Indian. That I went to Garba and Ras during Navratri, or I said Happy Diwali or Sal Mubarak during the New Year, or I ate Indian food, or I watched an Indian movie, or I went to an Indian party. I mean, I used to think that was Indian, and up to an extent it is, but it's not the full thing. India to me is a country, and it's a culture, and it's a type of people. So, I mean, I've seen the North, I've seen the South, I've seen the West and East, and it's definitely India, right? And it's definitely a greater India than I ever knew. I think most of all, what being in India means is knowing the people. That any country is made up of who its people are. And if you can know the people of India, then you can kind of know, if you can know the people of a country, you can know what a country is, what constitutes a country. Eko Vidyalaya is only an organization. Right? Eko Vidyalaya is not anything without the people. Right? And it's not anything, not just without the people, but it's not anything without the dream in these people. That the best part of this organization of Eko Vidyalaya isn't that it teaches education. I mean, that's great. That primary education is such a need in India. What Eko Vidyalaya teaches the villagers to do is dream. It empowers them with the tools so that when they have a dream and they want to go after it, then they have the tools to go after it. If you told me a year and a half ago that I would be doing the things that I'm doing this year, if you told me that I would be riding on the backs of motorcycles and eating with tribal people and dancing to tribal dole and dancing and all these things that I do, and working on a tribal education project, I would have laughed and then I would have said, what's a tribal? It was something that I had set out to do. And if you don't have a dream, then if I didn't have a dream, I would have never realized that. So just like Eko Vidyalaya has taught villagers to dream, Indicorps has taught me to dream.